Hey Canucks fans, the Vancouver Canucks have been defeated by the Winnipeg Jets 5-2 at MTS Arena in Winnipeg. Here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like, and here's one other thing. Want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Just Incredible, nucksfan number 29, and Lucas Gates. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in the video description of this video. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, you can simply press the join button underneath any of my videos or check out the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Before we get into what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing, let's go through the goals really quickly. Mason Appleton opens the scoring for the Winnipeg Jets 5 minutes into the game. That was on the 3-on-2. Nice play from Connor to Lowry, who put it on net. Hope he makes the first save. Rebound gets past Hamonic, and then Appleton puts it past Holtby. So that was 5 minutes in. Then 3 minutes later, Pettersson ties it up with a really nice shot. He does a lead pass to Boeser. Boeser takes it off the boards, curls around, finds Pettersson in the middle of the ice, and Pettersson with a wicked wrist shot over Brossoit's shoulder. Not sure if the original one went in or if the carom off of Brossoit's back went in. Regardless, it went in. 1-1 game. But then Perreault, backbreaker, 3 seconds left, puts it in after a brutal Brandon Sutter giveaway. Should have went to the board, instead went to the middle, and then Perreault puts the rolling puck past Braden Holtby. 2-1 after 1. Second period, they trade power play goals. Connor first. That was the one on the cross ice pass from Wille. Connor puts underneath both Beagle and Holtby. Didn't like the way Holtby looked on that goal. And then JT Miller, Winnipeg scores with 3 seconds left in the first period. JT Miller scores with 5 seconds left in the second period. Nice pass from Quinn Hughes from the point. JT Miller, a one-timer, usually where PD hits his one-timers from, puts it past Brossoit, and then again a 1-goal deficit going in the third period. Third period, Canucks started well. They had some good chances at the start, but it was Winnipeg scoring the only 2 goals. Stastny first on a really broken play, long bomb play. Edler isn't able to play it. Puck stays in the zone, and then there's a play where Holtby dove to make a save. Myers then trips on Holtby's stick. Edler trips on Holtby's pad. Puck goes in the corner, out to Stastny. No one's checking him because Edler's too busy trying to play goalie, and that goes in. That was basically the backbreaker, and then an empty netter from Blake Wheeler at the end of the game. Okay, so those are the 7 goals. 5-2 for Winnipeg, the final score. What did I like about the Canucks' performance? Not a lot. Let's see. I guess I liked their power play. They went 1 for 2. I didn't like the fact they only got 2 opportunities. I thought I'll save that for the next section. But I did like the Canucks power play. Their first power play didn't look that dangerous, but their second opportunity they scored very quickly, and they scored with 5 seconds remaining, and it was very important to get that goal. You heard JT Miller in the intermission interview that he thought that might give them some life. So I like it when the Canucks score a last second goal. It usually happens. They usually let a goal in, but I like the fact that they scored that last second goal. I like the fact that the Canucks power play went 1 for 2. Canucks also won 58% of the faceoffs, but really that doesn't mean a thing in a game like this. And Boeser, a quiet 2 assists. He assisted on both Canucks goals. Of course, the first one, not so quiet actually. It was a nice pass to Pettersson in the middle. And the second one, he was the second assist. It went Boeser from one side to Hughes up top to Miller on the other side. So once again, I like that from Boeser, although his lotto line, they were -2, but I'll talk about that in a sec. So Boeser had 2 points, which is nice. Nice to see PD continue his hot streak. So the lotto line, at least, they combined. It was a power play goal. No, actually, between the 2 goals, the lotto line really accounted for both goals. 1 at even strength, 1 on the power play. What else did I like? I thought Travis Hamonic had a good game. I noticed that he made some good plays, some good pinches, and he kept plays alive. So I thought his game was actually okay. Hughes, a point, but a -2. But, let's save that. So what I liked, I'd say I liked the power play. I liked that the Canucks scored that late goal. I liked the fact that Boeser had 2 points. What I didn't like, well, I'm not going to blame this game on Holtby, but admittedly he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to help the Canucks win. It sounds kind of harsh. He did face 39. No, one of them was empty netter. So he faced 38 shots, made 34 saves. So that percentage is okay. It's 900. But I don't like that power play goal, and I'm not sure what he was doing on that 4th goal. First one I don't think was his fault, and the second one, he maybe 50-50 play. But you ask yourself, would Demko have let all 4 of those in? I would argue maybe not. So did I not like the coaching decision? I can see what they're thinking. They don't want to, ride Demko on the ground. He had already played the previous 3. They're looking at Toronto coming up on Thursday and Saturday at home after traveling home. So maybe they're resting Demko for both of those games. But you kind of think, in my thinking, you want to take the points that you can and try and beat Winnipeg, because who arguably is an easier opponent than Toronto. So Holtby's game, just okay. A few defensive breakdowns in tonight's game, for sure. There's a 3-on-2 because the Lotto line got trapped in the offensive zone. I also think it was the Lotto line that was on the ice for the Stastny goal that they were running around a bit. So one goal was caused because they were in the zone, offensive zone, and getting caught. One goal was caused because they weren't doing good coverage in the defensive zone. I also didn't like on that Stastny, and a lot of things I didn't like on that Stastny goal. I didn't like how Edler and Myers together, I don't think they played that goal particularly well. What else didn't like? I thought Brandon Sutter had not so good of a game. That horrible giveaway was one thing. There's another play where I thought that he could have made a better play. So and then Travis Green had to start mixing his lines around in the third period. And actually, even at the end of the second, I think before that power play, I thought I remember seeing Horvat, Hoglander, and Boeser, and I saw Pettersson, Miller, and it wasn't Virtanen though. It was someone else. It was like McEwen or something. Yeah. So, maybe it was Miller. It was Miller. It must have been the first line. There was a line with Horvat, Hoglander, and was it Boeser? Yeah. So that means there's Pettersson, Miller, and then Virtanen on one. So that was a different look. Usually Virtanen's playing with Horvat and Pearson. So anyways, Travis Green was obviously looking for a spark right there. Should I complain about the Canucks penalty kill? The fact that they only went 2 for 3, that means Winnipeg scored on one of them. I don't think that was the reason that they lost. So I'd say I didn't like Holtby's game. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't brutal ever, the most brutal ever. And I didn't like the way that Canucks overall played on that 4th Stastny goal. It felt like a kind of old school Canucks running around a little bit. And I didn't like the way that the Lotto line played at 5-on-5, even though they were getting points. But I remember some of those points were from the power play goal. Okay, so there's some things I didn't like. One other thing, I guess the thing that sticks out to me is I want to talk about again is the fact. Oh no, you know what I want to talk about? I could have said this in what I didn't like. The Canucks don't know how to score the first goal. Now, I think they're 0-13 when scoring first. When not scoring first, excuse me. So when the opponent scores first, the Canucks have not won a game yet. And so that means in 26 games, because they're 9-15-2 now, exactly half. In 13 of those games, they've scored first. And in 13 of those games, they haven't scored first. But what's crazy is they've lost all 13 of the games that they haven't scored first. But in the 13 games that they have scored first, they've only won 8 of them. So that means they somehow managed to lose another 5 of them. And that's why they're basically 8-14 or 8... they're 8-16. Let me try that again. They are 8-18 because overall they're 8-16-2, which is not good. Now that doesn't sound right. I should look this up. They have 9 wins. Let me try that again. Let's. You can tell I'm excited that I passed 6,000 subscribers or something. Let me try that again. The Canucks are 9-15-2. That makes a lot of sense now. Okay, so what I meant to say is of their 26 games, they've only won 9 of them. So that means, yes, they've lost all 13 times they haven't scored first, but of the 13 times they have scored first, they've only won 9. They've still lost another 4. So that is not the best look on the team. That means, obviously, they don't know how to climb back in when they get down, nor they're only protecting the lead 2/3 of the time. And of course, scoring first, it doesn't mean a lot if it's, if it's really early in the game, you still have the whole game to go. But if it's a 1-0, 2-1 game, and the later the goal is, obviously that makes a big difference. Bottom line is the Canucks need to find a way to score first more often. And when they do, they need to find a way to somehow build on that lead and not give it away. So Canucks fans, sorry about that. That was probably a little painful to watch at the very end. Hope you join me on a post-game live stream. I'm going to make an announcement that I want you guys there for. So hopefully you can join me. It has something to do with the shirt. You guys probably figured out already. And I hope you join me in about 15 minutes or so. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me one other thing. Leave it in the comment section below. I always read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Become a member of this channel if you like to. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great night. God bless, and go Canucks go.